one other sparkling wine I enjoy, which is a little contrasting in style to a Grover Zampa style, is the Casablanca. Casablanca is a nice, I wouldn't say the exact comparison, but for somebody who enjoys a more Prosecco style versus a champagne style, who likes more fruitier expression, easy drinking, more approachable, then a Casablanca Spumante is actually a really fun wine.
Well, that's the one you told me about. As I said, I'm a bubbly girl, and these are all started.
I somehow
have it here.
I can only see half the bottle, but it looks like a Casablanca.
That's the bottle. So somebody wanted to know, and it's quite a nice bottle. It doesn't have an over-the-top kind of label. And you told me to get this, and in fact, they come to our markets, the Rio wines. But at our markets, I'm doing so many things. So I sat down and tasted, in the interest of journalism, of course, both the wines. The Charmant method is, if people don't know, is the Prosecco method. So it's not claiming to be a champagne or anything like that. And I tried the rosé, the Casablanca rosé, and I'm going to try the Brut after lunch. And I must tell you, I was pleasantly surprised. I know Ashwin well, Rodrigues. He's very committed to his wines. I buy the red wines from him, you know, the Good Earth wines, the Basso, which I love. But this was a real surprise to me, and I told him that. So I think for me, out of the two that you've recommended, of course, Fratelli also has, Junoon has a sparkling. So we have about 6 or 8 good, you know, pretty good sparklings.
Wine production house, I think every wine production house, other than Ravello, I think has a wine in their stable. And it's worth trying all, you know, like York makes one, Fratelli makes one, everybody makes one. Sula, of course, makes one. Everybody makes one. One other thing I wanted to add about Ashwin, since you mentioned about Ashwin, the wine producer at Casablanca, is the guy has actually studied winemaking in Australia. He's spent a number of years there. And I've also had the pleasure of meeting him on several occasions. He's a small scale producer, so maybe that's why sometimes we don't see his wines out there a lot. But I feel that now is the time to support these, you know, the micro, like we support the micro breweries. It's time to support the micro wineries.
I asked him where are they available, and he gave me 8 wine shops, and I called 2 or 3, and they were available. So you know, they're available in Pune. I'm sure they're available in Bombay now. But certainly for me, I think the Casablanca, both were nice at you, but I think the Casablanca rosé was lovely with Indian food, with Thai food. It's got a little bit of sweetness and cherry, but it doesn't, you know, it's not Tokai sweetness.
No.
It's lovely. Yeah.
It's really like off dry. And sometimes that dry style works well because I think our consumers